Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Rusty McCranie, and welcome to Weather Express. It's your weather in 5 minutes. Not going to waste your time. We only got 5 minutes. Let's start the clock. Friends, we've got widespread thunderstorms across the country today, pockets of severe weather as well. Look, the heat's a big story. A lot of triple-digit temperatures and a lot of heat advisories through portions of the country on this Friday. Going to bring on the current warnings. You're going to see just kind of a smorgasbord of thunderstorms today. All the red polygons are severe thunderstorm warnings from the southern plains, the Midwest, the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, the Tennessee Valley, back into the southeast. You know, again, no big concentration of storms, but there's a lot of them out there. The interesting thing is, it's the northern plains with the best chance for severe weather late on this Friday. There's a marginal risk from Florida all the way into the Ohio Valley. You have a slight risk for portions of the southern Great Lakes, but that enhanced risk in orange for portions of North Dakota, the slight risk in yellow that extends south into Nebraska. Now, the interesting thing is at the present time, no thunderstorms have developed there as of yet. They're going to be coming out of Montana, the high plains of Wyoming and Colorado, and especially over South Dakota and Nebraska. And these storms are really going to be intensifying. They're going to be rowdy. They are going to be extremely intense. As a matter of fact, right now, we actually have a tornado watch that's in effect for North Dakota, despite the fact we have no storms there as of yet. Look at the criteria. Not only could there be some tornadic thunderstorms, but winds of 80 miles an hour and some 4-inch softball-sized hail, or maybe even greater in size. So an extremely active late Friday into the overnight hours of Saturday for North Dakota. And it's not much better for South Dakota and Nebraska. They could see winds of 80 miles an hour and some baseball plus size hail. Hopefully not a lot of rotation with those storms, but you get the idea that these storms are going to be rapidly intensifying here as we go into the remainder of Friday night and early on Saturday. Now, thunderstorms are developing and moving off towards the east into portions of the northeast. Temperatures are much cooler there, but back into the Ohio Valley. Columbus today, over 90 degrees. Cleveland was almost in at 90. Detroit was in the lower 90s for a daytime high. And again, all that heat energy is firing off thunderstorms at the hour. Anywhere from Columbus to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Portions of Virginia have had some active weather today. It's covered up over the Tennessee Valley. We've had some pretty strong severe storms over the Atlanta metro area. We've also had some severe storms over Orlando, Florida. And again, numerous and scattered storms in the southeast. Now, outside of the heat in the southern plains, we have another cluster of active storms right now, and that's going to be in Oklahoma, from Oklahoma City right up 44 towards Tulsa. Those have pulsed up, produced some strong wind gusts there, trying to die back down a little bit, not expecting as much activity in the southern plains for today. Boy, it's dry, but it is brutally hot in the southwest, San Bernardino Valley, back into portions of Arizona, places like Phoenix and Tucson, 105 to 110 for a daytime high. You want some cooler air, a few light showers, get yourself to Seattle. Their high today was in the mid-60s. So the heat advisories in orange, these burnt maroon colors, by the way, are active flash flood warnings. So there's some problem spots here, again, east of the Mississippi with some of the severe weather we've had today producing that opportunity. As a matter of fact, the excessive rainfall potential, it's all green today, but there's some areas there. And then the local storm reports, again, a lot of wind, you see that in blue, and then some of that hail reports beginning to develop in the southern plains, and I promise you there's more of that where that came from. Let's get into the models. Her model, high resolution rapid refresh. I want to start with the storms developing here in the Dakotas. Again, this is kind of late tonight and through the overnight hours. These storms could be discrete, meaning out by themselves. That's why they could be rotating and producing the gorilla hail and the opportunity for some tornadic activity there right near the Bismarck area, pushing into portions of Minnesota as we get into the early morning hours of Saturday, and potentially staying severe all the way to Minneapolis as we get into Saturday morning. Well, guess what? This area is not done, because on the heels of that active weather, also for South Dakota, additional strong to severe storms could redevelop in portions of this area on Saturday, maybe slightly south of there, but the plains in general will be more active for severe storms again. We're going to get more activity back into portions of Iowa and and portions of Missouri over the weekend as well, back into the Tennessee Valley included with this. These storms here will continue to push off to the north and to the east with scattered showers and thunderstorms across the I-95 corridor of some of the major metropolitan areas of the Northeast. There's also a broad mid-level circulation off the Florida East Coast. That's going to enhance some of the activity overall in the Southeast. Again, it's not as concentrated as, Western Kentucky and Tennessee and Arkansas and Missouri could see, but numerous thunderstorms are expected there. So the risk of severe storms for your Saturday looks like this. Again, more of a generalized risk in the areas that I mentioned until you get up into the Dakotas and portions of Minnesota where you have this slight risk area for your Saturday. And then for Sunday, it gets into portions of the Great Lakes, Wisconsin and Michigan, with a marginal risk that goes back down into the northern sides of Oklahoma. Your general thunderstorm risk continues for the Southeast. Hot, generally dry conditions out west. A few marginal strong storms could develop in the northern sides of California. Friends, I'm out of time. I appreciate you making Weather Express a part of your daily routine. Thank you so much for taking a quick second and liking and subscribing. Let me know in the comments section below where you're viewing from. Stay safe. Have a great rest of your day. And I'm back tomorrow with your latest 5-minute forecast.